Hi everyone and welcome to Northeast Iowa. This is Karen and I'm continuing along with my altered book. This one I saved to start doing the pages with you, so we'll get started here in a second. My book is whatever the line halfway through a half and 3/4 is, 4 2/3 is it, by 8 1/4. So it's a pretty good sized book. It did have the red fly pages, I think they're called. And then I don't have an ink color that I like to do the edges of the pages to go along with this kind of gray color. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with gluing my pages in. And I guess what I already have done is I've pulled pages that I don't want. I've done the paperclip thing to tell me what kind of page I want to make, and then I've gone ahead and glued the pages and made like the pockets where I want the pockets, and so all I have to do right now is to glue the pages in. So I thought I'd take you along on that part of the journey. That is my book weight, so we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm using my art glitter glue. This one is a white. It dries white. I forgot to mention that before. Also, art glitter glue is only available online. You can get it at www.artglitterglue.com. I've also found it on Amazon and my local scrapbook store. And I don't have a fine tip on this, but that'll be fine for this process because we just want to get the glue on the pages and get the pages in the journal. So I hope that everyone is having a good week. This will probably air on Wednesday. I'm filming it on Sunday evening. I had a craft retreat over the weekend and it was fabulous. I needed that time away. The puppy was very naughty on Friday, and I looked at my husband and I said, I'm gonna go because I don't have the patience to deal with a puppy anymore. Before work, I was organizing some papers and I had these like holographic stickers that I was gonna take and use in my Hillside Heart Prompts journal. Yeah, she found him on the floor and chewed him up. And I wasn't too happy with her. This was after she chewed up a rug in our bedroom. So, she was a naughty puppy. And I don't have my usual scraper thing. So I'm going to use what's on my desk. It's just a thing from my laptop. So there's that. This is one of my favorite parts of making a journal, is just to take the time, and I already picked out where I wanted my pages to go because I didn't want to bore you guys with that. And just getting them glued in just to sit and like relax and do that. I think that is a fun part of the process. At my retreat, most of my friends were quilting. Another lady does cross stitch at them. And I made a journal that I'm going to share with you sometime this week. I haven't uploaded it yet and I don't have it scheduled. So you'll probably see that before this. But it's the altered book that I started showing you how to tear pages out of. So you'll get to see all 3 stages of an art journal process. I think that'll be fun. So at my retreat, it's at a rental house. It's a retreat center at a camp that's local to me. there were 10 of us there this time. Sometimes in the past, there have been up to 14, but we were a small group this time. And yes, I did punch my pockets, and now I just put paper over them, but it will be okay. So there are 10 of us there. One of my friends who was sitting with me was making clothes. She started a few years ago. She makes a lot of her own clothes now. She loves wearing linen clothes. So she's been purchasing a lot of that, and she made the most beautiful linen dress, and she did slow stitching on the bodice, and it was amazing. And then the rest of the retreat, she was working on orange blouse and skirt. So my friend Nancy, it was funny. I tried the dress on just to see how it would fit because it looked like it was big enough, and I got my arms through the shoulders and I went to pull it down, or my arms through the sleeves and I went to pull it down, and the skirt got hung up on my chest. And we just laughed and laughed and laughed about that. It looked like it should fit, but I have a bigger chest than she does, so it didn't quite work out, but it's all good. We all need to laugh sometimes. Wow, my pages are not. It's gonna be fine. Just go with it. When there's a blank page like this, a lot of times I'll leave it because you can easily journal on that space. I'm trying to make this so that it'll lie flat, because that's the way I like these journals to be. And I apologize in advance if you hear the dogs barking. We have the door open so they can see out the screen door. And it's a very, very, very nice day here. So if there are dogs walking down the sidewalk, my middle child likes to bark, bark, bark. So I had a good and relaxing weekend. I hope that you guys did too. Sounds like we're gonna have another really nice week. Maybe a bit of off weather. On Tuesday, I think we're supposed to get a cold front moving in. Cold front that will be like the temperature that we should be having this time of the year. Ah! Sorry. Now I remember why I like to ink the pages. I just didn't have one that I liked this time. Sorry, I have to get the... When you get glue on your fingers, baby wipes are the best thing ever. Use this to get things smoothed out. Okay, so now I have this page that has a pocket here. Glue gummies. Craziness. So what I like to do is, I can't flip it over. I will just fold it because that will be the easiest. And I'm folding it. Okay, so I folded it even with the pocket here. So here's my pocket, and here's my paper that I'm going to put down. But what I'm going to do is, where this fold line is, I'm going to trim farther down this way to leave just a little bit of a gap there. Because I don't want it to look weird. And then right now I don't have any paper to put back here, but we'll get to that. Oh, and I forgot to bring up that other paper. Packing for this retreat, I found some papers that I had purchased that I had forgotten about, and it had I have papers that have these colors in them, so I was excited because I can use them in this journal. So my process now is just to get the pages glued in, and then I will come back and then see, you can see that I have that little bit of a gap. You can't read the words, so it's fine. It just gives it like a frame. So my goal right now is just to get all these pages glued in, and then I'll come back and put something here, and then figure out what tag I want to put in here. If I want to do any kind of decoration on the pages. Same like here, if I want to put something up here. These. That was weird. So that's my process. I hope that makes sense. And this paper is a digital. And I'll have to include the name of the designer and the Etsy where I found it in the description below. If you don't know where the description is, if you click the More button down in the lower right hand corner of the video, you can see the description of all the products that I'm using. Some of these papers, like this one, is from a paper pad. I think it's Textiles. It's 8.5 by 11, and it was from Park Lane. So that is Hobby Lobby, right? No, Hobby Lobby is Paper Studios. Time Worn Textiles, Park Lane. This is from Joann's. I like when I can find papers that I can supplement my digitals with. I do not have an extensive digital collection. I have only purchased like 4 or 5 digital paper packs. And I've done some free printables. But it's easier. It's easier because you can find a theme that you want that you may not be able to find at the Joann or the Hobby Lobby or the Michaels. But the problem is you have to print it yourself. And I ended up buying a new printer this year. And it's not going as well as I'd hoped. But I'll figure it out. It just takes time. I really shouldn't be using this because I'm getting glue all over it. I wanted to say a quick thank you to all of my new subscribers. I've gotten to the 40 subscriber mark. So I'm really excited about that. I did not think that I would get more than 10 subscribers, so I'm pretty excited. I can't talk and do this at the same time. Talking and crafting is hard. Even at the retreat, people are like, Karen, why are you so quiet? Because I can't craft and talk. I can sew, I can quilt and sew and cut and talk, but I've been doing that a lot longer. That's my excuse. I am bleeding glue everywhere today. So let's see, what else can I chat about? Dun, dun, dun. I was chatting with a guy at work the other day, and the Christmas holidays are hard for me. Just because we don't do as many family functions as we used to, and everyone's so busy that they don't always have time, and yada yada yada. So I decided this year I was going to get myself an advent calendar, and I wanted one with projects. I've done the Missouri Star does a quilt related advent calendar. I've done a knit yarn advent calendar, and I just wanted something where I had to like something I could do. The knit and the Missouri Star ones, they're really nice, but it's not like the instant gratification that I was looking for. So I picked up, because I started looking at the Lego advent calendars, because I did my first Lego project last fall. I made the like $40 X-Wing from Star Wars, and I had a lot of fun with it. I liked the methodical process of just putting the blocks together. So I saw that there was a Star Wars related advent calendar, and I'm like, oh, this will be super fun. And it was. I really enjoyed it. It did not take very long to get the projects together. I am an OG Star Wars fan, so a lot of the newer shows, I don't know the spaceships and the people and all the things. So there were a lot of newer things in there that I didn't relate with. So I just kind of put it back. I'd do a day and then put it back in the box, because I didn't know what else to do with it, because they were only, like, the people were that big. They're like half the size of the regular Lego people. And, at least the Ewok was. So I was talking to this guy at work, and, he had a lot of Star Wars stuff on his desk, and I was like, oh, a Lego Star Wars stuff. I was like, oh, do you do that? And he goes, yeah, I love it. And, I said, did you do the Star Wars Advent calendar? Because I was going to talk to him about it. And he goes, I couldn't find one this year. I was really disappointed. My son and I do one every year. And I said, hey, I've got one. I don't know what to do with it. I put them all together. I'll bring it in for you. So I brought it in and put it on his desk, and he wasn't there. And I get a message from him. He's like really thankful for it. And I stopped over to tell him I was happy that he and his son could enjoy it. And he's sitting there looking at all the little pieces and like trying to figure out what trying to attach one of the characters to a piece of to a tool that they use. That's the word. So he's trying to do that. And he goes, yeah, I gave a piece to so-and-so. And I was like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, but I thought you were taking these home to do these with your son. And he goes, oh, we have plenty of these. We don't need it. I'm just going to keep it here at work. And I said, oh, that's funny. I said, because I was going to take the Ewok stuff out of there because they're my favorite. And he started laughing and he's like, here, take them. Put them on your desk at work. So I did. So I have pictures of my granddaughter. I have pictures of my great-nephew. I have different little tchotchkes on my desk. And now I have these itty-bitty little Lego pieces. But that was a lot of fun. I'm glad I could make someone's day like that. I'm closing this book to try to get this page the way that I want it to be. Yeah, I think that'll work. And I loved this paper. I thought it just picked up all the different colors from these flowers because there's so many different flowery bits. And my plan for this was just to leave it as a white writing space and then just tuck another piece of cardstock up in there. So for this, you could print your digital like as many times as you need for pages to go in the journal. That would be absolutely fine. I could have just used all these woven textile papers and made it into a journal. I tried to pick I use the word theme, but it's not like a single thing usually. Like for this one, I knew I wanted to use this digital just because I liked how the the pages look like this. So I knew that a lot of them had the flowers over here and I really liked that and I wanted that to be like the star of this journal. So then what I did is I just went and found coordinating papers that I had in my stash to use to supplement the digital papers. I could have printed all of them again and like put the two sides of the pages like here and just done it that way. That would have been perfectly fine. That's just not how I like to do things. I like to mix things up. As I start showing some more of my quilty projects, you'll see that. Some people do things like all the fabric has to be from the same line. I'm not like that. I like to mix polka dots and flowers and stripes. I guess you did see that on my purple quilt that I shared. But yeah. My friends all are like, Karen, this looks like a U quilt because it's just kind of all over the place. They're like, if it's fabrics that we wouldn't put together, we call it a Karen quilt. I'm like, good. I'm glad I'm opening your eyes to more than just the it has to be this way kind of thinking. This, you can see that I have some glue lines. I'm a little heavy-handed with my glue. I'll likely just put like a tag or a label or something there to cover that up. And then for these pockets, I will likely cut a heavier cardstock to insert into the pockets. That's what I've been meaning to say. So these papers, I printed this on a matte presentation paper. And then this is like the fine paper. It's not like a regular cardstock. You can use cardstock in here, but I would definitely take out more pages if I was going to use cardstock, because what happens, and you can kind of see it now, it's also because of the way I broke the spine, you start to get an alligator mouth the more extra paper and thicker paper that you put into these. So you just want to make sure that the journal will still work like you want it to, if that makes sense. Now I remember why I like using my fine tip. These pages are really wet, so I don't like how it keeps them wet like that, but oh, this one's good, and this one's good, so good. Yep. Alright, so yeah, like this paper, I wasn't sure I was going to use it because I wasn't sure I liked the design and pattern. And then I saw it next to this and I realized that it was perfect. So don't be afraid to mix and match your papers, and do what feels aesthetically pleasing to your eye, and do not worry about what someone else is going to say, because it's your journal. It can be whatever and however you like it. I will say I've tried to make sure like the colors match. I just don't, like, I wouldn't put red and pink next to this because that's me. That would not be pleasing to me. But you do you, because this can be your playtime. This can be your time to be a child again and create whatever your little girl or little boy heart desires. So again, I'm just going to fold this like that. And like this, these flowers don't at all match, but the colors do. So I put it in here next to a plain page and it's going to be fine. It's not going to be like, oh my God, why did you put that in there? It's going to flow okay. Oh, my tummy's hungry. So giving things away has been the theme of my week. If someone gifts you with something, please be gracious and just say thank you. And then if you're able, pass on a kindness to someone else. I think we need more of that in the world nowadays. And everyone that I've gifted things to recently has been very, very thankful. So, no shade. Just, we make things and do things because we like the act of giving a lot of times. And realistically, who can use 110 quilts or however many I've made? Not I. Because there's always pretty fabric and paper, and there's always 110 more things I want to make. So back to the Christmas thing. I'm thinking that I need... One year I did Tracy Fox's Advent tags, and I really enjoyed that. This year, it was a little... for that kind of a process, when you get a kit of paper tags, and for the time of year it is, for my brain, I need direction. I need you to tell me, this is the tag we're going to make. Do I always do it exactly like you do? No. But I need a kicking off point. And this year they set it up a little bit differently. And for where I was, I just knew that that wouldn't work for me this year. So that's why I got the Lego kit. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking that I need to like set myself up little kits or little projects, because we all get those times, whether it's the holiday time, whether it's just a hard month because you have so much going on, but you want to create and your creative brain just isn't working, and you just want to sit down and know that you have like this kit and you need to glue the pages in. I want to have some processes. I want to have some like mini kits set up that I can just do that with. So be on the lookout for me setting some of that stuff up, because I am going to be busy this spring with my real job, and I don't know that my creative brain is going to be creating like it is right now. What the what? Oh. This is the weirdest book. That paper is weird. So, all that to say, if you have any ideas of like projects you want to see me make, quick little things that I can do, I'm all ears. I know that like the paper clusters I made, those would be fun to do. I could get, to be honest, my problem is I don't have a lot of pre-made ephemera, and I'm not sure that I would use it because I like things to coordinate. I just said you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I'm just not sure how well I would work with that. So my thought was I could put this here. But now I'm thinking I should just put this. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to use the same paper there. But I need to trim a little off because my brain is going 100 miles an hour and it's all over the place. I apologize. That got glued a little far out. Is my problem. Do I like that? No, I do not. That goes the other way. I do like that, so I will do that. So thinking, I could, oh, shoot. So I got too much glue on the white triangle, so I'm just putting it together with the other triangle to transfer some glue. Hopefully this will work out okay. Perfect. So now I should put my scissors on the left or the left. Goodness gracious, I should put my scissors on the right. I think I need to put a little bit more. Not a lot, just a little. Okay, there we go. Oh, also there's a, I want to say it was Paper Terrace, who's doing a Dollar Tree challenge for junk journaling, and I have my peach and blue and turquoise journal. I have so much ephemera for that, and I don't know where to start. I'm going to follow her challenge and do that. Sorry, I just panicked because my clock wasn't moving. Alright, so I just have one pocket that I have to find a filler for. Let's see what we can find. It'd be kind of nice to do a blue. I don't know that I like that. I like that. Oh goodness, my nose itches. So I know that I want it to be about like this. That's not gonna work. Going all Rambo on this. All right. This is the fussy bit that I usually try to keep off camera. Perfect. So at the quilt camp, I was showing the girls the journal that I made, and they're like, I would be so afraid to use this because what if I messed up? And I'm like, you cover it up. Like, what happens if you get a hole in your quilt? I put it in a box and forget about it? Like, no, you patch it and move on. Nothing is like horrible. Everything is fixable. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, do I have to do this? No. But so right here you can see that I have a little bit of a gap, and I don't like it. So I cut a tiny bit of paper and I put it right there, and now there's no more gap. And I didn't glue it to itself, so it's fine. Alright, so back to my goals for this spring are to find some projects that I can kit up for junk journaling, and I can do them when I have time, and that way I won't stress out. I know I've been doing a lot of videos lately that may come to a halt. I may not do them as frequently. I hope to, but you never know. And I may start doing some thrifting in my house to show you things that I found on previous thrift trips that I have not shared before, because I've been thrifting for junk journaling for a lot longer than I've been doing YouTubes. So there's that. So this was our altered book, and the next step will be to start decorating pages and making ephemera and making some big journal cards to fit in these pockets, some tags to fit in these pockets. And then I have also, this should be a top page. I must have glued it together. Yippers. I'll just punch through both of them, and then we'll have a new pocket. It'll be fine, she said. I also want to find ink color to ink the pages. I like that look. I want to get like a grayish color, and I don't have that. So I'll see what I can find. This one, like, so like this one, since I can see where the hole is, I'll likely just go like this and then punch it where I can see it so I get the hole to line up. But yeah, I'm really excited at how quickly this one came together, and I'm looking forward to getting this decorated. And also, if you have any ideas of things you would like me to see, or ideas for little kits that I can create as I have time, I would really appreciate hearing from you. And thank you for subscribing. Oh, one little thing. This, someone was asking, how do I use my paper clusters? This is one of my paper clusters. This was a clothing tag I glued cardstock on. This is a printable from Valentine's Day. And then this is one of my little paper clusters that I just glued at the bottom to make a little cutesy. So there's that. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great week. Bye!